Welcome to my channel, and today we are going to review a very cute visual novel called Connected Hearts. So they propose me to choose language. Okay, it will be English. Why Spanish and Russian? I don't understand. Okay, so this visual novel is not my kind because I prefer graphics like Ayakashi Gohan or Rebirth the Song or something more. I don't know how to say it, but this style is rather cute, and I hope that the plot will be. I hope that the plot will be better than the graphics. We are going to start our adventure right now. Okay, an unknown place full of faces that I can't identify. A tender smile directed at me. My lips say something that I cannot remember. I only know that it is different from silence. Then my vision gets covered by smoke. A part of me is incinerated. Not my body, but my soul. Something was lost without hope of ever coming back. And yet, I don't have the slightest idea about what it was. I suddenly opened my eyes, completely confused. That strange dream forced me to wake up. I guess you could call it a nightmare, but it still does not feel right. It was different. Rather than a bad dream, I felt like I was watching a movie with characters, a climax, and an ending. However, there wasn't a beginning. Everything came out from nowhere, as if I had just missed the first act of a play. Sounds very... I don't know, not very interesting. Sadly, just after waking up, I had already forgotten almost all of it. Only my confusion and interrupted sleep are evidence that it was ever happened. It embarrassed me to confess it, but I was never good at remembering my dreams. Anyway, there is no point on thinking about it anymore. After taking a couple seconds to clear my mind, I lazily look at the clock. It says 6:88 in the morning. In just 2 minutes the alarm will ring. I then let out of sight, feeling relieved at waking up. I really hate that sound, but it is necessary evil if I want to get to college on time. What we have here? A college girl who lives alone without parents, sister, brothers, pets, friends, and other stuff. I think she even doesn't have neighbors. And something creepy will happen with her. Yeah, it's so cool. My apartment is completely silent. I'm the only resident. Yeah, sure. So if I want to hear some noise, I have to make it myself. Just a few months back I lived with my parents, but I had to move when I got accepted into college. I don't really mind, actually it's very comfortable, and I keep in touch with my old friends thanks to the internet. Old friends. Yeah, old friends. Without saying a word, I get prepared and go out to class. College is only one subway trip away. I choose to study visual arts. My parents are worried I'll never find a job, but at least I would like to try it, just because I like it. Or you will just make visual novels or games or some arts with furries and other stuff. However, I should say that soon after my classes started, I got slightly disappointed. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I thought we were going to draw all day and learn about anatomy, different styles of shading, and other fun things. But it turns out there are plenty of theoretical classes like expressing our feelings, communication, history of the arts, and others. I don't regret it, but it is like a stain on your dreams. Anyway, I try to not think too much about it. Since the beginning, I knew it was going to be difficult, so a little more effort doesn't make much of a difference. Eh? Classes feel short today. Yeah, sure? You just shown us how did she got up, how did she go to the college, and all? This is all her day? Classes feel short today. I hear the teachers talk and take notes like everyone other time, but I can't stop thinking about the dream. I think about it while looking at my necklace shaped like a half a heart. I know somebody gave it to me long ago, but I can't remember who. I guess that's why I look at it, because both are lost from my memory. If I make a big effort, it seems I can remember a little bit, but it's still like looking at a blurry picture. No matter how much I look at it, or from which angle, in the end I can't make sense out of it.
By the time I had made
It
out
feels
my
sour,
mind,
but there
I
is
had
no other
already been at
choice
home.
than to give up.
Without paying
on it.
attention, I opened the door and put down my bag at the entrance. I never expected any visitors, though there is no need to be tidy. Sure, it's the point. I mean, I like the main character. Then I turn on the computer and start watching an animated series. It may sound silly, I guess, but I like shows for kids quite a bit. Before I realize it's already late. Such a pointless existence. Lately, I feel days are much shorter, but I guess it's my own fault for having so many distractions. I should have dinner and call it a day. It's so pathetic. I mean, it's so sad. A sad story. I'm ready to cook something, but suddenly I hear the phone ringing. That's weird. I can't imagine who would it be at this hour except for those annoying credit card sellers. Oh, we are a boy. I thought we are a girl. But I mean, it's a kind of surprise for me. I prefer playing as girl. No, not really. I'm just joking. And our main character is called Gary. How nice, Gary. I think you are a good boy, Gary. Where is your nose? Good evening. Hello, Mom. I didn't expect you to call. Yes, I'm fine, don't worry. Classes are going fine. Not exactly what I expected, but I like them. It's not. I'm taking good care of what I eat. Yes, I also clean every week. So far, I have not made any friends, but the course has just started. Yes, Mom, I will keep that in mind. Good night. Say hi to Dad for me. I sighed just after hanging up. I just moved, and it seemed that they are already missing me. It's normal, I think, it's parents. But there was no other choice. This college is just too far from home. I loudly yelled. Suddenly I feel very tired. Because of the dream, I couldn't sleep properly. I think it's better for me to go to bed now. Sure, no homework, no daily routine. Cool. I turned off the lights and lay down, putting the blankets up to my chest. I then stared at the ceiling for unknown minutes until my eyes finally closed. Darkness guides me toward the dream. This world submerging into another, one that exists only for me and only inside of me. A place filled with internal calmness, where no worry or problems exist unless I want it to do. Or at least that's how it should be. So sad. I mean, he is so lonely. Surrounded by an endless white, in front of me there is a woman, showing me her back, someone I had never seen before. Her hair is long and golden, like retriever. She is unspeakably beautiful. Even without seeing her face, I could know it, or rather feel it. Just looking at her back makes my heart jump and leaves me breathless. Sounds good. It even seems like the air around her is filled with a mysterious magic.
It's not just a smile, but it's an energy that makes everything it touches more beautiful, as if nothing less than perfection was allowed before her. But who could such a person be? Why is she here? Hello? I ask in my confusion. At the same time, I extend a hand towards her, trying to get her attention. But of course she can't see me. Gary? Yes, that's my name. I pause and swallow some saliva. Disgusting! I'm very nervous for no reason. What is yours? The woman is slow to answer, as if she had forgotten her own name. Alice. But it's not a woman, actually, it's a girl. And she's pretty. I mean, this style has its own points. It's not the perfect style, not the style that I prefer in drawing, but it looks rather cute. She finally said with a soft voice. But I don't appreciate that the characters don't have noses. They have to have noses. Don't you think it is a pretty name? Well, yes. I feel stupid giving such a short answer, but then I remember there are far more important things to think about. I stared deeply at her, still enchanted by her beauty. Alice? Yes, she answered, still showing her back at me. Why are you here? My heart stops for an instant after I say those words. I don't know the reason, if it was fear or anxiety, but without a doubt I was expecting something big. Are you a part of my dream? I said after noticing she was taking too long to answer. She was doing it on purpose. I guess I am, or maybe you are part of mine. Her question left me incredulous. What did she mean by that? I'm sorry, I don't get it, I said while taking a step towards her. She shakes her head in denial. It doesn't matter, we are in the same dream. This dream is yours, but also mine. Yeah, don't understand either. I can't say I fully understood what she meant. Yeah, bro, me too. But even if we were in the same dream, someone must be the creator of this place, right? And in that case, you could say this dream would belong to that person. You forgot it so easily, Gary. You left me waiting all day, and the next day, and then the following one, until I had to come for you. Aren't you ashamed? Yeah, the plot is so predictable. No, I like it. I like the style, I like the atmosphere, but seriously? My heart trembles after hearing those words. Suddenly, I feel chills run over my spine. What is he talking about? I'm sorry, but I think you are mistaking me for someone else. Sure, she just arrived in your dream and she's mistaken. No, it can't be. I said shyly with a weak voice. I feel terribly guilty, but I had never seen her before in my life. Or you just forgot that you saw her. She must be confusing me with someone else that is considering this isn't all just a weird dream. No, it's you who is confused. I know perfectly who you are. Actually, I know more about you than you do. After saying that, she suddenly shows me her hand holding a necklace. Sure, a necklace with the shape of a heart. It's just like mine. I mean, maybe she's a forgotten friend who died, or maybe she's just a forgotten friend, but she's a magician. It's no doubt she's a magician. The woman sounds slightly angry. Meanwhile, I could be any more confused. My back feels cold, my hands are shaking, and my throat is dry. What are you saying? I finally muster up the courage to grab her by the shoulder. No, it wasn't bravery. I was that curious. I wanted to know what she meant. Alice turns around, but before I could see her face, she transforms into black smoke. Of course she transforms. Of course she just can't answer your question, dude. It's, I don't know, it's the classic of the genre. Just disappear in the black smoke or disappear in the air, in the sky, in the earth. Wake up. Ah, yeah. The smoke slips between my fingers, dissipating until it disappears. For an instant I could feel her warmth and softness, the same feeling as that of caressing a human hand, the hand of a woman. The hand of a woman. The sensation burns into my fingers, leaving me astonished. My mind is blank. I forgot how to even breathe from the surprise. Who? What did I forget? I should be more interested in knowing who Alice is, but what really fills my mind is that question. It makes no sense. I groaned for no reasons. I felt like my head just got stabbed. It's like if someone was hitting my skull from the inside, hanging my mouth upside down until it drops all of my deepest memories. What did I forget? What could be so important? It is that moment that I suddenly open my eyes. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with air. Then I set my hand on my forehead, feeling it covered in sweat. Sure, it is. I quickly searched for my necklace, finding it right where I left it. Then I look at the clock. It is 2:20 in the morning. There is still plenty of time before the sun comes out. I exhale, letting my anxiety go with my breath. This time I won't be able to sleep again. I'm sure of that. Well, maybe this is a good opportunity to have dinner, I say to myself jokingly. I'm not really hungry, but maybe eating something could distract me from the dream. Yeah, food always helps. I had just put my feet on the floor when suddenly I heard someone ringing the bell at the door. Oh, scary. No, don't open the door. Don't open the door. What the heck? I can't imagine who could it be at this hour. I barely get visits in regular hours. I feel a chill run over my spine. It's good, yeah. Have chills and don't open the door. I wait a moment, hoping the visitor would get bored and leave, but after a while it seemed that wasn't going to happen. Finally, I sighed and resigned myself to go and see who is it. As I walk towards the door, I can't stop thinking that this is too weird. Sure, it is. I'm afraid I would be lying to saying otherwise, but unless I go and check it, I'll never know what's going on. True. I swallow my saliva. Disgusting. Why should you always repeat something about your saliva? I am not interested in your saliva at all. Feeling it bitter when I'm in front of the door. You are not healthy at all. My heart beats so fast that I can feel it in my throat. Then I take a deep breath and prepare to look through the peephole of the door. It is at the moment that I see a small envelope sliding from under the door. I almost jump from the shock when this happened. My eyes and mouth are opened wide, showing in my incredulity. I quickly open the door, finding nothing but empty air in the surroundings. There are no footprints or any other evidence of someone being there, or other than the envelope. If it wasn't for it, I would think I'm still dreaming. Only the dream, instead of being mysterious and calm, felt more like a horror story. Yes, it feels like a horror story, I agree. Without second thought, I closed the door, making sure to lock it. I don't want any unwanted visitors tonight or ever. I then fixed my sight on the envelope. It's made of ordinary paper and has no sender information. The only thing it says is that it's for me. I blink before carefully opening it. Inside there is a single sheet of paper with a drawing made with crayons. It's not very good and seems to be made by a small child. Human figures made with ticks and circles that pretend to be a boy and a girl holding hands right next to a heart. No, it can't be the story about imaginary friends. If she is an imaginary friend, I will be totally disappointed, but I hope it's not. There is something written beside them, Gary and me. It's her. I murmured, my lips moving by themselves. My heart stops for an instant. I shake my head many times, unable to believe it. I can't believe what is in front of my own eyes. I was just getting over the surprise when something else happens. I exclaim, confused, looking towards the kitchen. I just hear a glass breaking in. I live alone, I have no pets, and there is no wind. How it's possible? Did the glass just burst all by itself? Because that's what it looks like. I leave the envelope and quickly go to the kitchen to see what's happening. Oh, this kitchen is rather scary. I mean, it's white like in the hospital. Once there my face becomes pale and my body solid like stone while my eyes look in disbelief at the glass shards on the floor. I almost faint at the moment. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think. I don't feel safe anymore. I hold my breath for a couple of seconds until I notice a sheet of paper on the floor. I slowly get closer and pick it up carefully not to step on the shards. Why don't you draw? Why didn't you draw something on this sheet of paper? I mean, it will be cooler and more. I don't know. It will influence the atmosphere if something was drawn on this sheet of paper. It's another child drawing, a cheerful one, but at the same time weird. I can't explain it, but seeing that drawn makes me anxious. I shake my head. Rather, I think it's not the drawing itself, but how I found it makes me. But how I found it, what makes it weird. There is something written on it. Why did it break? I didn't want it to. Even if things fall, they shouldn't break without my permission. Don't you think that's weird? Yeah, that's weird. 100% it's weird. I've been confused. My mind is blank. What can I say at something like that? I'm reading an incomprehensible message that shouldn't even exist. However, I don't have much time to think about it. Suddenly, other noise calls my attention. This time, the sound of the shower in the bathroom. Oh God. No. I mean, if I was in such a situation, I will get out from my flat as fast as I can, and I will just go to my neighbors and talk with them, and I don't know, try to explain the situation to them, try to say that I'm so scary and maybe this is some burglars or bad people, and just not to stay alone. Why a healthy, normal person will stay alone in this situation? Chill move all over my spine, slowly crawling its way. Instantly my body is covered in ice. I can't move a single finger. I'm frightened. The very idea that someone or something is inside my home when I'm supposed to be alone makes me shake in fear. The sound continues for long seconds, then minutes, without any change. I simply ignore it, as if doing that was enough to make it go away. But no matter how long I wait, that never happens. In the end, I can only steel myself and go check it. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with air. No, why? I mean, aren't you irritated when you see such my lungs with air? I never thought about it. I mean, if I'm in the strange situation or in dangerous situation or in emergency situation, I don't think that I fill my lungs with air and something like that. Then slowly walk towards the bathroom, staring at the door before carefully opening it. Warm steam escapes from the room. Oh, maybe he has some kind of schizophrenia. It's only black and white and grey colors in his home. It's not healthy at all. My heart beats like a drum at every second. I bet there is nothing at the outside. And then, what I found is just that nothing. The shower suddenly opened itself, pouring hot water without reason. It wouldn't be the first inexplicable. It wouldn't be the first inexplicable. It wouldn't be the first inexplicable. 1, 2, 3. It wouldn't be the first this word is so. It wouldn't be the first inexplicable thing tonight. Yeah, I did it. Finally, I read it. I closed my eyes and sighed, full of relief. However, this is not over yet. I still need to find out what's going on. This is too much to just leave it to my imagination. I close the water, seeing the shower stop. I stand there a few more seconds, trying to understand what's happening. Of course, I can't come up with an answer. Then I rub my face in a gesture full of frustration. I'm losing my head. I sit quietly, talking to myself. Then I exhale. Letting my anxiety go with breath. I heard it. I mean, 5 minutes or. I think this message was 5 minutes ago. The exactly the same one. Then I exhale, letting my anxiety go with breath. I think about going on or calling someone for company, but I have no one to ask for help. Sure, you don't have friends. And strangely, the idea of going out this night sounds even more terrifying. What? No, I mean, it's more safe. When I opened the door, I saw the hallway empty. It gave me the sensation that something scary was hiding in the shadows. I can't explain, but I locked the door and wanted to stay like that. But it seems my home is not safe either. I turn around, thinking on going back to bed. The only thing I can do is wait for the sun to come out. But the next night I have another experience like this, I'll move without second thought. Yeah, it's the best solution, I think. It's rather good solution. Then suddenly I opened my eyes wide, incredulous. I didn't realize before, but there was a drawing in the mirror, as if someone had used a finger to clean the thin layer of steam on it. How predictable. It's a ship thinking. There is also something written. There are hundreds of paths, and all of them guide to the same end. I read it over and over without understanding what it means. Is it a message for me? Of course it's a message. I mean, how stupid it should be. It's a message for you, my darling. I can't understand anything. I don't know what I can do, but my only hope is that the sun will turn on off. I can't understand anything. I don't know what I can do, but my only hope is that the sun will turn all off. This is nothing more than a bad dream. So I think that it's enough, because it's been 30 minutes, half an hour. I don't know how I made it, but I made it. So about this novel. It has its own charm and the plot is interesting. I think that there will be some unexpected twists and it will surprise me and it will impress me. I hope so. And you can download it in Steam. It is free and you can enjoy it by your own, or just wait for the chapter 2. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will watch the part 2